Well, 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 welcome to the Architects of Fate streaming extravaganza. That's right, you found the self-proclaimed original Twitch TTRPG stream that lets you shake up our world. Now pay attention because this is how it works. If you'd like to add some loops to this roller coaster ride of a show, you're gonna need fate chips. Now these magical loyalty points can be earned just by watching, following, hosting, subscribing, or just engaging with us in the chat. It's like free money, people. With your fate chips, you can use your powers as an architect to heal your favorite players, summon items that will make their adventure a lot easier, or a lot harder. You can even make players say or sing outrageously silly things. Think of those possibilities. But wait. There is more. You can also toss our unsuspecting heroes into random encounters that will leave them sweating, strategizing, and questioning their life choices. All it takes is a quick redeem command in the chat. You choose the item or action and the player you want to mess with, and we'll take it from there. So sit back, relax, and prepare yourselves for a mind-blowing spectacle of storytelling and mayhem. We've got adventure, we've got drama, and more surprises than a clown car at a kid's birthday party. So let's go! Well.
Hello and welcome all you Architects of Fate. So good to have you with us again here for another stream of Conan, Adventures in an Age Undreamed of by Modifius Entertainment on the Architects of Fate. We've got a great show for you tonight coming up, but I do want to say I know it's been a little bit, so it's good to have you back for those regulars coming back on the YouTubes, on the Twitch. Happy to see you again. Always remember to hop into the chat, tell us what to do. You know, we like to be told what to do, and when things like random calamari rain happens to come down. So come join us here on the Twitch stream, and let's have a good time tonight. So first off on the session, I just want to introduce my cast and crew. First off, most importantly, is our man behind the scenes, the one keeping us running, and our moderator, Nat. You can't see him, but he can see you. After that, I've got a great cast of characters that are here tonight. Let's go from the top left on my screen here. Let's start out with Abertack, the zealous witch hunter and slicer of titties. Have you anything to say for yourself, sir?
She had it coming.
But what about the second and the third one?
They all had it coming.
After that,
Good.
We have our exotic...
God forbid a man have hobbies.
We have our emissary from exotic, far off Kitai, the man, the myth, the legend, Zang. Oh, is this maxing out my gain again? This mic is... I might have to start switching here. After that, we have our mysterious, deadly, lethal assassin, Verai. She's the fuzzy one.
Yeah. Is this better?
Much.
Is this better?
Yeah, nice eyes.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Nice beard.
Hey, thank you. I grew it all myself.
Yeah, me too.
Next, we have the silver-plated bitch, the mercenary queen, the mistress of the slice and dice, and the Ginsu of doom. That is Xenia. Coming at us soon, but not shown on screen at the moment, is our man about town, the wilderness man, the mountain man, the green Thornicius, the Bosonian ranger and archer. He'll be here soon, though, folks. So I know it's been a little bit. Please price check on prune juice. Price check on prune juice. I know it's been a little bit here, so I want to do a quick recap to kind of remind everybody where we are. So, team players, would you like to inform each other and our viewers at home the situation that we find ourselves in? Anybody?
Anybody else take notes?
No, that's your job.
Yeah, it's your job.
If I can take notes, I don't mind. I do it all day long.
Okay, so there I was, just stabbing people, right? Actually, there was no stabbing.
Bonicius!
There he is. He can get
There
me
he
now.
is. He survives.
All right, so we made our way to the. Well, I made my way stealthily, of course, to the encampment surrounding the obelisk in the ground. Snuck into town in the middle of the night. Didn't kill anybody, unfortunately. On my way out, since I didn't find any kids, and it seemed to be mostly just a matter of a legitimate dig site, other than the odd obelisk in the middle of the town that's been the encampment that's being excavated. On my way out of town, instead of killing somebody on my way out, instead I found a familiar wagon, which turned out to be Teshin's wagon. With
Thanks,
his
Chad.
family.
You ruined my plans.
Who's Chad? Oh, yeah, Chad. Yeah, well, I mean, it was better a friendly face than stabbing my way out. But, I could have done that too.
Super
So anyway, we used the cover of Teshin's servant fleet, essentially, to bring in the rest of the group, and we're having dinner with Teshin's family, but we're also going to meet with Artifact is creepy. Yeah. We're gonna meet with the leaders of the encampment, so that we can kind of ask questions, a little Q&A, as it were.
Yeah.
Scene.
Anybody else have anything to add to that?
I do. Abertax still has the thing in his backpack, and it the big black obelisk thing. It sucks air away from you when you approach it.
Okay. Well, then with that, ladies and gentlemen, let us begin. You will see on the Twitch stream here, there's a couple of images, and they look very similar and kind of different. I was trying to use some AI art to explain what this encampment looked like, and some combination of the two images that's there is kind of what it looks like. A big meteor bowl with a large excavation encampment around it, and the artifact looks like the one on the left with a bunch of strange geometric shapes and pillars and platforms, but it's really about the size of the one on the right. It's not as big as the one on the left. So that's where those images come from. If you want to get an image in your mind of where they are, there are scaffoldings around this encampment in this bowl, in this meteor bowl here, where they're using to get resources and people up and down the edges. It's definitely too steep just to climb. So here we are. It's it was morning now when we left off, right? We'd kind of all woken up, and you're like, let's go do some things, and now it's morning time.
It's earlier in the day still. I mean, it was after dawn when I came and went out and grabbed the team and then brought them back, so it's still before lunchtime.
Okay. So the party is currently all sitting around Teshin's wagon, along with Teshin's rotund wife, who is vicious with the wooden ladle, Teshin's 5 kids, and their small army of handlers, men-at-arms, and strongbacks. And up from the street, a couple of people start to approach. The first one that approaches you is, or the two people that are approaching, one of them is a very a skinny, wiry looking guy wearing very nice set of their travelers adventurers attire, but he looks very much out of place in the rough and tumble mountains. The person beside him is a good foot shorter than him, a good foot wider than him, a stout but very short, very blonde warrior woman wearing a suit, wearing a full breastplate, some mail behind that, a thick fur cloak. You see shields and hammers and other pieces of weapons scattered around on her. And she seems to be escorting him. If you will note in the stream, let me get this sized. I'm going to put this here. There. And yay, artwork. I worked so hard on it. I'm a good artist at giving prompts to the AI. All right, let's see. I don't think the Twitch stream is updating on the Roll20. And even if it was, I would need to scroll this up a little bit, which is fine.
We can just imagine stick figures.
I thought you said dick figures.
No.
Well, she is an escort, so.
Oh, wait, let's, to front? Is that what I need to do? To front. Maybe? Come on, Roll20. Work with me here. I am completely failing. Can you guys see this on your Roll20? Are you logged into Roll20?
Mm-hmm.
Can you see the images?
Yes.
Yep.
Of the people?
Yep.
I'm seeing
Okay,
two
so let's
people
put the
on
broadcast
Roll20.
behind.
No,
What's that?
I said I'm seeing two people on Roll20.
Okay, so it's just the broadcast that's behind for some reason. All right, we'll get it to you, chat, so you can see it eventually, I'm sure. Totes my goats. But here's some images of kind of what these two individuals look like. A wiry, nerdy looking dude, and a very stout warrior woman behind him. They come straight up to you guys. Seeing the five of you. What? I saw that laugh.
She looked Swedish.
She's Thor.
Well, she is Brythunian, which is more of like East German, Holy Roman Empire, Austrian. She is Brythunian. And he is Nemedian, which is more of a barbaric German style.
Ah,
So they're German. That's why they look like that, yeah? But they do come up to the party, and the guy speaks first, coming up directly to the five of you sitting around. Hello, welcome. Wrong voice. Welcome to my camp. Good to see. I am pretty sure that none of you are Teshin's family, and I am pretty sure that
what do you think I was doing?
none of you are his underlings. If anything, he may work for you. So, hello. Might I inquire as to who you are?
Yeah, Michael, who are you? Just realized our group doesn't really have a name or anything that we can go by.
You are correct. There is no group name.
We're all just kind of blankly staring at our diplomatic envoy.
Let's make the one talk that doesn't stab people in a sleep.
I know, right?
Good idea.
Hello.
Greetings.
Then let's ask you a question.
I just explained it all.
So
to the... Come on.
Sorry, my brain just shut down.
Great time to have our politician's mind break down on him.
Here, he's an archaeologist. We'll give him an archaeologist hat. There.
Spared? No, it's been.
Hello,
We
and
had better
welcome
not be
to my
fighting more
camp.
dinosaurs.
Welcome to my camp, and you are not working for Teshin. Maybe Teshin be working for you.
I believe Tishin works for himself. Really, dog?
We're friends of Teshin's.
What is this really, dog? I do not understand.
I kind of kick
Yeah.
the emissary in the leg, like, hey, say something.
Oi.
I have to start shooting.
Good morning, and thank you for having us in your camp. This is our esteemed envoy. He would be delighted to sit with you and have a discussion if you would like. We're just getting him up and getting him ready, getting him decent and proper. Just a moment while he collects his thoughts.
Oh, yes, I do not move well until I've had my 3rd cup of coffee.
That's right. We're getting him his 5th, and then he's functional. But we are indeed associates of Teshin, and we are familiar with him and his family. So
I was drinking, sir.
So was I.
your mustache got stuck on your straw.
We're
All right.
acquisitions experts for him.
All right, are you ready,
Scouting
Zhang?
stuff.
You ready to have a conversation, diplomatic conversation?
No, honestly, I'm not. We're acquisitions experts. We help him find some rare materials, do some scouting, find some customers. We're sort of freelancers.
Oh, you are a freelance acquisitions expert in my camp, so you are thieves.
It depends entirely on who we're freelance acquiring from, now doesn't it?
Yes, you might say that it does. Well, since maybe you have not a need in my camp, maybe you can find another camp.
We heard some disturbing reports on the way here about some children being kidnapped.
From whom? Did they say
them.
where they were kidnapped at?
I can't take this seriously, I'm so sorry. I tried. All I
keep
can
wanting to
hear
order a beer
is,
from him.
this is how we say goodbye in Austria, Mr. Jones. That's all I can hear. I'll try this again. Supposedly the kids were taken in this direction, so you can. Now, obviously, they're not running around here, but we were hoping to find some leads to where they could have been taken.
Well, the only kids we have here are camp kids, so
Yeah, I see.
I might also add, you are correct in that we're not actually we're not thieves. We're not here to cause you
hey,
harm.
it's up. Y'all can see the art now.
Hey, look, it's art.
I wonder why it took that long to update.
It might have just been hung up on something. It happens.
But we're not actually thieves, and we're not actually on the prowl for anything here. As my associate has stated, we're actually looking for those children. That is our freelance job at the moment. And this is the only encampment that we've come across in this area. So we were just trying to identify, if they came this way. If the children weren't brought here, are there any other encampments in this area that you know of?
No, this is a very barbaric land. There's very little here. It's mountains and beauty, mountains and nature. I hates it.
Can I ask, what is this you're excavating?
This? I don't know. That's why I'm excavating.
Have there been any other parties that have tried to excavate it or tried to edge their way in?
No, only I am on this dig. This is my dig. I am so excited. My investors less excited than how long it's taking to dig.
Who do you think made this thing? Quite enormous, isn't it?
Not only is it enormous, it is also made of materials we have never seen before. It is made by shapes we have never seen before. There are corners and angles that no technology knows how to make.
Who is your investors, by the way?
Oh, I have many investors, academies, nobles, universities, churches, many investors. This one, fewer investors and investors not happy at progress, but such is the way of archaeology. You don't decide when the earth gives its secrets to you.
Mm-hmm.
Fix it.
What was
I just want
young
to
kid's
side
name?
note here, outside of thing. You guys do know the real reason you're at this camp, right?
It's to decide what's inside that thing, whatever it is. Isn't that
It's to retrieve an artifact and walk home.
Right, yeah.
It turns out it's really big, though.
Yeah.
Well, there might be something in there that we need.
Well, and the other idea is that we might find some knowledge here related to, pieces of evil gods and how to destroy them.
So,
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah,
Well-
yes, definitely. No.
Okay.
That's just
No.
reminding that there's also it was the other reason we were here.
All right, back to the game. Yes, there is much strangeness, and I wish to find out information.
Do you know if it's a structure like a building? Does it have entrances?
Yes, I have found entrance, very dangerous, very deep, leading to structures underneath.
Have you explored the structures yet?
Have been exploring for months.
So you said it's very dangerous. Have you come across any like glyphs or any particular like traps or other chambers or locked doors or anything like that?
I do not believe that my investors would be very happy with me giving up our archaeological information.
Understandable. We were just curious, since this is the only notable structure in this area, and you are incorrect. It is very interesting and very unique.
Yes, it is.
All right, folks. What do we got?
I was gonna say, why don't we try using the kid's family's name?
I'm being the German archaeologist Goliath.
Yes, he does sound like him, doesn't he? But I was gonna say, use the. Oh God, I can't remember his name.
Tiber Darren?
Yes, thank you. Why don't we banty about his last name? Maybe he's an investor. Maybe we're here working for him as well. What are you guys thinking?
Just a moment, sir. We may. We're trying to translate a couple of questions that we have into a language that we can all understand.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I understand. Language is an important barrier. I study many languages in my line of work.
What language is that?
Most of them.
Most of them? I would love to hear you speak. It just, makes my day.
She's got a thing for accents.
He loves a polyglot.
She
Oh,
loves
polyglot.
language.
I'm trying to stall time here,
Okay, so Tornish is saying you all have Evertech, Xenia, Teddy. Anybody? Anybody have anything else specific that we're looking to do?
Well, I mean, I look at the archaeologists that who just said they spoke almost every language, and then back to her, and it's like,
Abertac,
that's the
I've
best
got
idea.
an off-the-wall theory for you.
What's that?
What if you whipped it out of your backpack?
Pardon me,
Excuse me, whip this out.
thing out. I'll ask him if he thinks it's possible it's Asheronian.
So you're actually bringing out that artifact?
No, I'm just going to ask him if he thinks this thing that's.
Oh, this thing is Asheronian. Okay.
Yeah.
I do not think the Asheronians made it, but I know that they inhabited here and used it. There is many strange signs of. Well, maybe I should not say.
Older than the Asheronians.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. The age on this is impossible to determine. It has not deteriorated, but there are signs of civilizations and civilizations before them as well.
Have you had
Sounds like bad juju. Well, we are rather experienced at exploring ruins, including some Atlantean and Asheronian ones. Should you have needed such a thing?
Atlantean ruins? You have experience in Atlantean ruins?
Well, they're descendants. They're survivors.
We happened upon some.
I mean, it's still technically.
I would like to hear this story.
Let's hear
Perhaps you will join me tonight. I throw dinner. You can tell me the story.
I think we'd be happy to.
We'll give you a full median welcome. We'll have wine. We'll have food. We'll have dancers.
It sounds wonderful. It sounds wonderful. We'd be happy to.
Might I inquire if we can bring Teshin and his family, since we were engaged to have dinner with them this evening? And it is only polite.
Yesterday evening.
It's only polite to have them, to request them to come along too. That way, because they are our friends, and we are their associates. It would only be polite if we could ask if they could come as well.
Yes, you may bring Teshin and his very powerful wife.
I'll make sure she doesn't bring her wooden ladle.
I tell you.
I don't know if you can.
Something tells me he doesn't want to offend her.
She doesn't.
This entire time, the blonde woman behind him has made very few motions, other than like when he starts to say something too much, he'll tap him, and that's when he's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't talk about this archaeology stuff. But she's said no words and just been studying the five of you and the rest of the camp around very diligently.
Does she have any interesting markings or tags on her armor?
No, she's got no identifying tags on her armor. She's got a big, thick wool cloak. Her armor is very well made, solid armor. It doesn't appear to be ramshackle or put together, but it also appears to be functionally made. Like, this is not an ostentatious suit of armor. This is a suit of armor that has saved a life. She is like 5'1" and probably just as wide. In almost pure like muscle and weight and strength.
Now, by 5 foot, do you mean 6'1"?
No.
Or is she short?
She is very short.
Ah, okay.
Sounds like a healthy dwarf.
So curious, if we could do like an observation roll or something and see. Sure, she is standing there next to him, kind of observing the area. Is there anybody else that seems to be at least nonchalantly in the fringes, or somebody else?
Yeah, roll observation. Absolutely.
Or even
roll
just
observation.
Yeah, I was going to ask about the healthy superstition.
I can re-roll, I think. Hang on, give me just a second to confirm. Observation. Oh, also that 2 is a crit. But, observation. Yes, I can re-roll that 17. The slash 1d20. Hey, 3 successes.
How is Zinnia the only one with healthy superstition?
Writings on the wall.
All right, so that was your perception check
That was my
or
observation.
observation check. 3 successes.
Yep.
You do indeed note that there are what appears to be a few armed guards keeping a long range ring.
At least 4, if you're saying a few?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just checking how many
Yeah,
I at least know.
probably 4 is what it would seem like. Is a small group of staying at a distance guards. And now whether they are trying to stay unobserved by you, trying to stay unobserved by Fania, trying to stay unobserved by Artwick, you're not sure, but they're being rather like trying to blend in. They're not being obvious that they're standing there watching.
And you said they're armed. Can I see what I can see? Like,
they are armed and appear to be just basic, the same type of guards that you've seen elsewhere. Maybe a little bit better equipped, or maybe a little cleaner, maybe than some of the others that you've seen.
so like swords and
Ring mail, sword, slings.
okay. So that's what I was like, see if there was any like ranged items or anything like that. But it appears swords and daggers and okay, yeah, that's all fine.
By the way, Chance, Zinnia is not the only one with healthy superstition.
I thought you only had unhealthy superstition.
I'm blessed.
Oh, there it is.
I know you're married to me, but still.
You're right. I apologize.
Well, that would count as a curse.
That's not a good comeback. That's just like. We'll work
It's just natural.
No, we'll work on it. We'll workshop something.
What, too realistic?
No, it's derivative.
Tiber and Darren are with you, but they're staying very quiet.
Before we overstay.
However, there is a foul wind blowing right now. Feels like some wind is starting to come up over the mountains.
Oh no!
You hear some cloud. You see
again.
some clouds beginning to form.
I hate this country.
We've been in many countries, and it happens wherever we go.
This does not happen in my country.
I bet it will when you go back.
No, it better not.
It seems to be following us.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Let me save this. Hold on a second. I've got to share this. I have to share this with everybody. Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, this was just given by one of our viewers, one of our regulars, and I love it.
Where are you putting it?
It's on roll 20.
Roll 20. Okay.
Oh God.
You'll catch up soon. Broadcast and Roll20 is being a little slow sometimes, but it'll catch up.
I see it.
I get
True now.
That's amazing.
I think you ought to Photoshop him onto Dr. Grant from Jurassic Park.
No, it's Spence. But it was the wrong accent, unfortunately. So,
Well, see, I solved the problem for us.
Yeah. Much better than me having to fill a bunch of people with arrows.
Yeah.
you.
And now we're welcome guests.
Can you explain to me what problem you might have done just solved?
Well, now, if we can make it clear that we have some experience in ancient ruins, they might even pay us to go down there and, like, look for shit.
Oh, right, that. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Conan, your accent. Okay. So we have our we still have them standing in front of us, right? Is there anything else we want to ask before we adjourn before dinner? Or are we going to wait for meal?
Very well, I shall see you this evening.
Thank you for the invitation. We will be there. What time?
6 o'clock.
We will be there promptly at 6. Thank you.
I wanted to know about the healthy superstition thing.
About that girl behind.
So,
Yeah. And with that, the two people that never even gave their names walk away. However, as they turn to walk away, the armed woman, she's definitely a little bit slower to walk away, getting one last really good look over at the seven of you.
Hi.
And when she turns, that's when I strike.
And they walk away.
I gave her the dragon eye.
Uh-oh. Oh, damn.
It's bigger than snake
We're going to
eye.
go breastplate the breastplate on
That's
this one?
right. Don't be looking at my men.
Hold me back.
Hey, Nat, moderator, why would the broadcast not be updating? That's weird. I'm expecting a delay, but it's just not updating.
Could be witchcraft.
Could be witchcraft.
Maybe if you change the amount of momentum we earned.
I did.
Oh, yeah, you moved the doom away.
Uh-huh.
Doomless.
Doom. Doom lost.
Doom -1.
But so with that, I guess, is there anything in particular now that you guys are going to be attempting to do for the next couple of hours?
I think we already scoped out the outside of that thing earlier and noticed that it gave off some kind of a, I don't know, feeling that everybody else, confirmed. Like it was sucking the air out of you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Am I
it
right?
definitely made you uncomfortable and kind of like you were at a too high of an altitude and couldn't breathe very well, like you were trying to catch more oxygen.
Okay.
To be
Have we
fair, we
seen
are at a pretty high
anyone else?
altitude, aren't we?
You are up in the mountains at a pretty high altitude. That artifact just exacerbates it even worse, almost like you're,
Have we seen anyone else go in or out of there?
We heard people were disappearing in there.
You don't see an in or an out. You've seen people digging around it.
Okay, but
Well, we
nobody's
also
gone
heard
in
people
or
were
out of it.
disappearing in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, while they're figuring out what they're going to do in the interim, since I was up all night doing all the hard work exploring the camp, I'm gonna make sure my armor is in good shape, make sure all my swords, daggers, and others are sharpened, and then I'm gonna catch a little bit of a sleep.
There I says, "Night, y'all," and climbs up into Teshin's tent.
Good night. Thanks for your help.
Wake me in a couple of hours, I guess, before we go out for a meal.
Wake me before we go.
He beat me to it.
Before we go.
Never mind. Got hit by the 80s there for a second. All right, so fast forward, I guess. I'm not doing anything.
Well, so Tiber and Darren at this point are like, so what exactly is our plan here then? Are we going to stick around for a while? Or are we just going to grab the thing and leave? Or
We don't know what the thing is.
well, we're supposed to get here, say that we're here, and they're going to give it to us. Like we're being sent here on official business, aren't we?
I might have forgotten that part.
Yeah, that's true. We are here on official business.
That was the whole purpose for this trip, was for us to come here, say that we're being sent here by Mr. Darren, get the artifact, and then get it back to Mr. Darren.
That's when I was going to say something about the Darren family, but somebody else decided to say that we are thieves.
I didn't say we were thieves.
Made have thought we were thieves.
So, what are we going to say when we're at dinner tonight, then? Because I don't want to say the wrong thing. I'm not all up on
maybe
this political
introduce
intrigue
Tiber
stuff. I
Dare.
see a foe, I smash it.
Yeah, let's introduce Tiber and just see what their reaction is, and maybe Tiber can mention it. And we it was late, we were all sleepy, and we forgot to. Well, they didn't introduce themselves, so we weren't sure they were the right people to tell.
Ah, that's true.
So we are going to introduce ourselves?
Yes.
Tonight.
Sure. And what's the worst
Alright.
that could happen? We're already at ground zero of like evil city here.
Well, just remember, don't say that I'm here.
Right.
'Cause
You're not here.
my family and Tiber's family don't like each other, so I'm not supposed to be near Tiber.
I know. That's why we had you sharing a
Do you
bedroom.
wanna-
We're doing a Romeo and
Corin,
Juliet
do you
thing.
want to maybe hang back and stay here?
I think it'd be safest if I did come with you.
It'll
I-
be weird if he doesn't show up now.
Yeah.
What is what's his? We'll call him Tim.
Tim.
Look, let
Tiny
him and Tiber
Tim.
have their little romance. It's fine.
I mean, you can still call me Corin. Just don't let it know that I'm a Bourgeon.
I mean,
Okay.
okay. You'll be Corin Tim then.
Corin Tim. It's a dumb name. That'll do. If this type goes, yeah, that is a pretty dumb name. I like it. You're now Corin Tim, my friend.
Yeah, you can scream it later for him.
Oh,
Why?
God. Just ignore him.
fast forward to the meal.
So y'all are just kind of sitting around and sharpening your blades for a few hours. And then you fast forward, wait time, skip time. You hit the skip time button. Clock goes real quick, and then you're there. It's 5:45, and you head towards the large, much more permanent built structure off to the north side of the camp.
Cool.
This appears to be the sort of headquarters, as well as the main scholar area, as well as the main tent. So as you walk up to it, there are several guards outside of it. Two guards outside of the front door, and you're pretty certain there's probably more around. But this place isn't like a heavily guarded fortress. There are armed guards, but there's not a ton. But there are two guards that are out front of the door. One of them steps in real quick as they see you coming, steps back out, and then a minute later, the short, round, armored woman steps back out, takes a look at the 9 of you. The 9 of you, you're all fully geared up, right? You're wearing your full arms and armors as well. You're not like in dress clothes or something.
No, I would be in dress clothes. This is supposed to be a dinner. We're not going to be,
You've had dinner with us before. You know what happens.
This is why I keep my blades on me at all times.
Oh, well, if he's not wearing his armor, I'll wear it.
You keep your filthy hands off my armor.
So we are all fully equipped here.
Yeah, I would normally be with. I don't go anywhere without my bow.
Okay.
It's his emotional support. Well,
Yeah.
She looks up and down, more up than downs, because you all tower over her. And nods at the guards to let you in before kind of stepping aside and watching you as you enter. Before entering behind you.
let's find a nice seat.
Once you get inside, You don't see Artwick, but you do see a couple of others. You see a couple of scholarly-looking people. One that you met the day prior, that scholar that you met the day prior that you were asking to, and then two others. So three's kind of scholarly-looking people in there, as well as a couple of people that house laborers. You don't see any signs of them being slaves. There's no chains. They're wearing decent clothing. So house laborers, maybe?
Servants, you mean?
Yes, servants.
You have servants that aren't slaves.
Yes, but we've been in Ophir where you don't.
Fair.
And we'll hold off on him. He won't be here. And then, there is a table set up. You can tell that this table, until very recently, held random, dusty, dirty artifacts. As they're still the servants are still pulling a couple of items off of the corner of the table that they had yet to pull away yet. And they're repurposing that table into the feast table.
What did those particular items they were removing look like?
Fancy rocks with languages on them, a cup, a bowl, a candlestick.
Lead pipe, wrench,
a lead pipe, some rope.
Do I get a chance to clearly see what language might be on said rocks and pottery?
Give me a difficulty 1 observation check. We'll see, yeah.
Okay. I can't roll because roll 20 is cracked on me.
I will roll badly for him.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I succeed.
I would say you do. Yes, you do indeed. It's not there near long enough for you to read anything, but you do see some just really quickly, you see what appears to be some potentially Stygian hieroglyphics.
Interesting. Okay. I'll tuck that chunk of knowledge away.
You'll say, do you feel like talking to him about it? Oh, I see that you...
And a minute later, you guys don't know his name yet because I never introduced him. The skinny archaeologist guy that says it's his camp comes out from a side door, talking to a really tall, really thickly bearded, really thickly wooled, really thickly hatted Hyborian. The Hyborians are the Russian analog types. Hyborian.
Thickly hatted.
Thickly hatted, yes.
All right.
Ear flapped and everything.
So he's a Russian mailman. Gotcha.
Oh, excuse me.
Come on.
So I'll be like to the skinny guy, like, I realized we didn't get your name earlier.
Well,
That
did
guy.
we even introduce ourselves?
No. I'm gonna be like,
And he comes out of the room, okay, Neelix, thank you. Please see that happens. And the large guy just walks out. Mumbling to himself, something grumbly, in a language that you don't know. But you can assume to be Hyborian.
So I'll be to the skinny archaeologist guy, like, I realized we didn't ask your name earlier.
Oh, yes. Well, forgive me. Where are my manners? My name, I am Artwick of the University of the Media. This is my camp. Welcome to my encampment. Oh, sorry. Wait.
Oh, well, we'll do introductions, but first you should meet Tyler Dare.
Tiber, Darren? You have Tiber with you?
Yeah.
Why did you not say this when you walked into camp?
We didn't realize who we were speaking to.
Oh, I see. Acquisitions, huh? Thieves.
Not thieves.
We are not
Acquisitions.
thieves.
Depends entirely on how you acquire something.
I am an archaeologist. People say I am grave robber. Some people say I am scholar. I understand.
And I'll usher Tyler, and what?
Tiber comes up. Pleased to meet you. Artwick, was it? Yes, my name is Artwick. Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Dan. Your father has helped sustain my digs. Please send him my gratitudes. Yeah, I can sure do that. Yeah, I'll let him know. You appreciate him. Thanks. Now, please, excuse the humble belongings here, the humble state of things. Is small camp, and sometimes we have to kind of repurpose everything, so... Table is clean now. Let's have seat. Make a feast. We'll bring up the wine, and the food will be here soon. I hope you guys like some delicacies. We don't have much.
No calamari.
Thank you.
So they get seats for everybody. It is an actual like normal sized table, so you're not sitting on the floor. But they get seats for everybody. You kind of sit down around the table, but also there's some people that are kind of standing and congregating. It's not really mealtime, but they do bring out wines and other assorted beverages, mostly wines and waters, but wines, beverages, coffees for everybody that wants some.
Ooh, coffee.
And everybody's just kind of like mingling around. So there's the 9 of you. There's the 3 scholars, Artwick, the blonde girl, 4 or 5 servants, and then just 1 or 2 other laborers in here.
I think I'll stick with the water. Wine in German accents has a nasty taste in my mouth.
Giggity.
Mm.
He gets a nasty taste in his mouth after having too much wine around German men, huh?
Are we still doing phrasing?
Looking nervously around for artwork.
Didn't you have something you wanted to do while you were here, Tiber? Now that we know who these people are? An errand?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, if I were here, I think he knows now, and he knows who we are.
And that.
Yes, but does he know why we're supposed to be here?
Do we know why we're supposed to be here?
we seem to have temporarily forgot.
I assume he knows, but probably we can talk about those plans there at the dinner time, or
Yeah.
I guess we can grab him again. He's just over there if we want to grab him again.
Dinner's fun.
A little bit later, someone comes out and says, "If everybody would have their seats, dinner's about to come out."
Is it?
And Arwick says, "All right, everybody, let's eat. Let's eat. It's food time." So everybody takes a seat around the table. And some food comes out. Steaming roast of animal. You're not quite sure what that animal is because it's not quite the same shape or color that you would expect from most animals out west. Probably some sort of local one of these mountain creature animals.
I've had worse.
Big steaming roast of something. It smells quite spicy.
Big steaming roast of something.
Big steaming roast of something, and it smells quite spicy.
Loaf.
Some potatoes and other tubers. A meal comes out, along with more wine and coffees.
All right.
I'll sit down and
All right,
eat.
everybody sits down, starts eating, and Artwick goes, "Okay, so now I believe you guys were going to tell me a story of
I think you just went a little north with your accent.
Real quick, what's
Norway.
what are our settings? What do we have at our table?
I mean, forks, knives, solid clay plates, some wooden plates and bowls, silver platters, steel platters probably, or aluminum or tin or something. It's functional.
Because I'm an assassin, what knives are at the table?
There is some knife there. There's a larger knife that's there for cutting the roast and some of the other things. And each of the seats has a smaller, hand little table knife.
Okay. I'm just no plans to murder anybody. Just curious.
Okay.
Making note of available knives. nothing, serious about that, right?
He worries me.
So you were going to tell me a story of the Atlantean ruins.
Oh, yeah.
Are we going to tell him about the snake ruins?
Yes. Go ahead, you start. Actually, I think we should have Ranger start because because it needs to start with them trying to make rope.
Oh God.
Yeah, not funny. Let's skip that part.
It is funny.
Did you not carry any rope with you?
Oh, we didn't expect to need rope.
That is strange. I would never go without rope. That's always important.
Oh, yeah, I think it was
I
in my
believe we-
pack, but
Lost our rope to fire.
Ah, yes. Okay, I see now. I see. So you have no rope, and what happened?
we fell down a hole. And
That
the hole
happens when
turned
you
out to
have
be-
no rope.
Yeah, we fell down a hole, and it turned out to be some caves.
As
oddly
holes are
made.
like to be.
Yeah, similar to I guess it's similar to this architecture.
No,
of this?
nothing like this.
No.
Nothing like it.
No,
Okay.
not in the least bit.
So it was. It seemed to have been man-made or carved. We weren't sure exactly.
The first set of caves that you found appeared to be like at first they were natural caves, and then like just a dug passage over
Tell me about the warriors.
water stream passage.
Yeah.
It wasn't until the lower levels that they were actually worked.
Tell him about the warrior crypts we found.
Oh yeah, we found we fell into the crypt of apparently some powerful warrior of the past, and
Didn't somebody keep a sword from them?
No, I'm not saying nothing about that sword.
You kept the sword, yes? May I see this sword?
Who said sword?
Your friend said sword.
I don't think we kept the
No,
show.
I thought we did. I thought somebody grabbed one of the swords.
I
No.
don't remember it. Who
Oh,
got the
I
sword?
could be wrong.
What sword? I don't know. I don't remember a sword.
Fornicius, I do believe that's going to be a persuasion check.
Okay. Go ahead.
I did.
Did you?
Yeah, right there.
Hey, look at that. I did well. They don't know it's me anymore yet.
Wow, 2 successes with the persuasion skill of 8. That is pretty good. Okay, so much was what there was confusion, I guess. There was no sword after all. Okay, I would have liked to have seen this this
They were
artwork.
there, and I guess nobody picked one up. Have you ever heard a story of like Atlanteans who fled and they must have built something here and they buried their people here? We're not archaeologists, so we're just explorers.
We're just explorers, and adventurers, and we kind of found our way.
We found the pictograms.
Yeah. all
Ooh,
kinds of
tell
things.
me about these pictograms.
Anybody know how to recreate those?
We could describe them as the Atlanteans were fleeing from some evil power. And unfortunately, we never really found, like the exact location of the people who had built it before. But there were a lot. Wait, that was the snake place, right?
Yes. There were a lot of snakes.
A
and a
lot
very-
of snakes.
But they fled
Neat.
from somewhere else to the snake place.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, for some
And when
strange
they
reason,
got there,
thought
there were no
snake blood.
snakes. The snakes
But
came
when we
after
saw
snake-
all the snakes, we were thinking Stygia, but we never saw anything Stygian there.
True statement. So you say these were Atlantean slaves fleeing from somewhere.
Well, we
And they
can't
fell into
exactly
a
say they
hole.
were slaves.
And
Well,
that was our deduction from the pictographs, but it's hard to know for sure.
That
But
was
they were
your
certainly
deduction
fleeing
the
from
pictograms.
some kind of evil magic.
Do you remember the story that was with that?
Yes, but I don't necessarily want him to know that we took thing from the back of the ruins.
Well, I mean, the story being that they were slaves that through a slave rebellion and escaped with the artifact that was being used to control the slaves, and then fled while being chased.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, this is very interesting. It could have been from here, actually. In more dangerous times past, I find signs of slaves, ancient slaves, in dirt here.
What did it look like?
Well, archaeology, it's not an exact science. I find pottery. I find pieces of bones. I find...
Oh, I thought he said he found a sign. Like a
Yes, I
Like a
find many
pictogram.
signs.
your pictograph.
So, Chance, I'll take like something on the table, and I'll remember that symbol they were using for the artifact.
Yeah, the squiggly line worm one.
I'll draw that and see if it seems familiar to him.
Perception check. Well, yeah, perception check.
Or is it perception or insight?
Insight check, 100%. Sorry, thank you.
Yeah, you're good. Not that I'm great, but
Yeah, 12's pretty good.
Better
I
than
got two.
five.
Especially when you get a 3 and an 8. Jeebers. So that's 3 successes on
Oh.
that.
yeah, because I have a focus in it. Yep.
So yeah, you're pretty good at insight. As you draw that, he kind of looks over once you get it drawn, and he 100% reacts to it.
Hmm.
Very briefly, but he definitively reacts to it. Oh, this is an interesting sign. Where did you say you found this?
It was on the walls of the cavern, but because of the snakes, it was very dangerous.
He also now seems to be more interested in the story. Like before, it was kind of like, "Oh, tell me a fun story." Now he seems to be like sitting upright a little bit more and like looking more directly at you. So you find signs of Atlanteans with this and snakes. Were the Atlanteans with the snakes?
We didn't find much there from. It looked like it. We didn't really find anything alive except snake.
I don't think the pictograms depicted snakes, did they?
Well, no, but it was squiggly. We're not smart people.
Squiggly could mean anything.
Exactly. Including a
And
snake.
where do you say you find this pictogram? And
I would have to defer to our ranger to give any kind of directions.
But it was along the way from Ophir to here.
Hmm.
If I brought you a map, do you think you could point to maybe where this was?
Roughly. Yeah, I think I could do that.
Andy, bring a map. You say this in Ophir was where this was. In Ophir, west of here.
On our way from Ophir to here, yes.
Bring
To-
Ophir map.
We got a
We'll
little
wait.
sidetracked on the way. We sometimes aren't great at finding, the stars. It was raining squid everywhere, so it really.
Yeah, very
was
hard to
what?
see things.
It was
Raining
raining
squid.
calamari.
Calamari.
I do not understand this idiom.
No, it's not an idiom. We have had to deal with.
It was cursed weather. Let's put it that way. That drove us off course. We may not have found the place other than for that.
Oh, this is odd. Oh shoot! It started to roll in earlier. I was going to have it happen when they were, and then they did the time skip. So it is raining and windy and stormy outside. Thank you, Goliath. I apologize. I prefaced
Goliath,
it
make
without
it cut
having
his
it
head
roll in yet. They are currently in the building, so it's windy outside, it's rainy outside, and loud. But a single bad weather redeem does not get calamari. Single bad weather redeem just makes it bad. So, Thornitius, if you can see the map there on roll 20, about where I'm pinging was roughly where you had gone off, or sorry, right about there is roughly where you had gone off road. Do you see that spot?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you inform him of that spot?
I'd say it's in that area, yeah.
So you kind of point to it as roughly the best as you can.
Right. I kind of go like, it's in this area, like in a circle.
All right. I am going to need a survival. Yeah, a survival or a lore, either or. Your choice.
Ooh.
2 and a
Doesn't matter,
7.
either.
Okay.
Yeah.
You remember the landmarks. You remember where the town was. This Andy brings out a good map of Ophir, and you can point out within a few miles of where you fell.
Okay. Well, I'm still going to make it general. That way, at least it gives them a little hint as to where it might be, but not the exact location, not yet.
All they really have to do is look for all the trees you guys skinned.
We didn't say anything about that because I told you we weren't going to say nothing about that.
So you fall into a cave with Atlantean remains of runaway slaves with this weird worm signal
Filled with snakes. Don't forget the snakes.
filled with
Yeah,
snakes.
lots of
Yes.
snakes.
Ah,
This is very interesting. Is there more you can tell me on this?
well, if you think they might have been fleeing from here, that we could put some pieces together. Maybe that's assuming we read the pictograms correctly. But
Again, adventurers, not scholars.
I would have thought. I guess in my head, I thought they had fled from they had come from the ocean. But I didn't realize they could have fled from inland here.
Well, in my studies, what I have found is in civilization past, when Acheron did own all of the Hyperborea, Acheronians were very powerful here and had presence here at this site. There was much dangerous, bad stuff happening, including slaves. I have found signs of many ethnicity of slave here at this site.
That could actually explain it because I had people were refugees from like a sunken continent. But if they had actually been already somewhere else here, yeah, they might have fled. Yeah. Huh.
Did you, by chance see anything more on this? As he points to that sign.
there was nothing written in any language that we really spoke. Did the Atlanteans not have their own language, or had these slaves forgotten how to write it?
Atlanteans have very rich language. But Atlantean and ancient Acheromian actually have much similarity in language. The etymology comes from very same place. And then he starts going into like a lecture on the supposed history of basically the equivalent of history of ancient Atlantis and Acheron, and maybe some scholars think that they came from the same place, which wasn't even on Hyperborea, but from somewhere else. Basically, it was aliens speech.
I mean, you can't prove it's not. But that's interesting. So, I mean, maybe I don't know if I need a roll for this or not, Chance. But is he saying that the pictograms we saw were a language, or is he saying that they had a language, but these people were using pictograms maybe because they were slaves and weren't literate?
The second one most likely.
Okay.
But that it was more of a hidden language.
Interesting.
Like both Acheronian and Atlantean had an alphabet of sorts. But he does say some things about, some groups of slaves would use a hidden language to tell each other things.
Okay. Well, that explains why, that we just had pictograms and no language to read.
But you did identify it as being Atlantean when you were there.
Oh, we thought we did, right? But we never know for sure in game that we're right. I wonder, if maybe he would have been able to tell who those ancient warriors were, because they were awfully well equipped to be slaves.
I am very intrigued. Maybe I go to this site next after this one, if I can find investors to dig.
What exactly does the investor thing entail? What benefit do they get? Do you make money for them by exhibiting objects?
Prestige, knowledge, artifacts, glory. Sometimes less savory times they get to many of the things that I dig up for themselves after it has been cataloged, of course.
Speaking of objects, weren't we here to pick something up, Tiber?
Yeah, that was why Papa sent us here, was to pick up that artifact from you. Ah, yes, that artifact. I do not like that thing. Maybe is very strange thing. I'll have it picked up in morning and brought to you.
Thank you.
Assuming
and
it's
you
still
say strange. What about it is strange?
What do you mean, assuming it's still there?
It is not always where we think it is.
It moves on its own.
I stare pointedly at our assassin.
We all obviously glance at our female assassin.
Do I have loaf in my teeth?
We know something of the sort.
Is there loaf in my teeth?
No,
Hang
you
on,
got something in your teeth, yes. In your back.
As she uses Doomslayer to pick out her teeth.
I'm more referring to the fucking teddy bear.
Oh, for an arrow.
I'm specifically not bringing up Teddy, but yeah.
Well, Teddy might be bringing up you.
Yeah, he is. So, can you describe the object? Aside from it not being in the place you want it to be?
It is, visually speaking, very striking. Again, of unknown origin. I don't know where it comes from. It is shaped like like mini spikes. Like somebody make explosion out of triangles.
Explosion out of triangles?
Yes, it's hard to explain. No idea creation on it. Not natural almost. We find it in large chamber. Very eerie chamber. And gold chest. But it was not actual gold. It was part gold, but not all gold. More of metal that we couldn't identify inlaid with gold shapes of animals and people and other things. Then when we open it, we find this artifact.
Will we be getting the chest as well as the artifact?
The letter instructions, I say, just give artifact to you. I would like to keep studying on this chest to figure out its metallurgy.
What if the chest was made to contain it for a reason?
It just floats above chest.
It floats.
Yes, it's very not welcome.
Yeah, I wouldn't welcome something that floated either. That's not normal.
So I might have missed it. Where does it go if it's not where you think it's supposed to be? If it's floating and then it goes somewhere else, where else do you see it?
Once we find it in other chamber next to dead digger.
Oh shit!
Oh, that's a dead digger. That's lovely.
I kind of want the chest now. Don't need this thing.
Some of the
floating
chest or the
around.
artifact moving.
The artifact. Just stay still. I just want to study metal on it.
That's good. But you said it floats?
Yes.
That's creepy.
Love
Has
it.
anybody tried putting it in the chest?
Yes.
What happens?
It doesn't stay anymore.
Pandora's box comes to
Probably
mind.
merits follow up.
I have scholars studying ways to tame it. But it's dangerous. Sometimes people that study it, when it goes away, it takes them and then they don't come back.
So, if we try to take this thing back, it might just disappear back here.
It would be interesting experiment.
How about putting a cowbell on the damn thing or some chains?
Also, good idea.
Don't be silly.
Have you heard voices associated with the object?
I like how you clarified that, just in case.
No, but
Answer about voices generally.
is very uncomfortable to be near.
What's the feeling?
Is this turning you on?
Like it make you feel like it make you feel like you're not real.
You know that feeling.
Like you don't really exist, and then that you are just figments.
Is this artifact Sigmund Freud?
Is what? It is I do not know.
Sorry, it's a language. It's a language barrier thing. It's my apologies. It's a colloquial term from where I'm from.
Ah. Zamorin, right?
Good ear.
Yes. I have been there.
Oh, have you?
Yes, it's a good place to sell artifacts.
Yeah. It is indeed. And then it's also a good place if you're not careful to get your wallet stolen. So be careful.
That's if you're
Yeah.
lucky.
I have Thania for that. It does not happen to me.
Thania, that's her name.
Yes.
She doesn't talk much. Hi, Thania.
Hi.
Oh, No accent as Ardwick has.
And well, in the single word that she said, you did not hear an accent.
Yeah.
He's totally into you.
Thrilled.
Thrilled.
Don't throw your back down now.
Yeah.
I've been
Yeah.
there.
No, I took some leave before this so that I could continue to sit here because I've been here all day and I'm ready to not be sitting here.
Okay.
Wait, if he does throw his back at it, means that we can transplant it into me.
You don't want my back. I assure you.
Oh no, I don't want your neck.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
back.
just the spine in general. You don't want no part of this shit.
Look, if it's actually straight up and
It's
down,
not.
I'll take it.
It definitely is not.
All right, so we finished dinner and then murder of
All right. So you draw weapons, and so does everybody else.
Y'all haven't seen me
All right.
eating with my dinner axe all evening?
My dinner axe.
For this warhammer is for the crab claws.
I'm just helping people dice up their food, smaller portions.
Yeah, she's
Bite.
mincing her foods into
My arrow.
really bite-sized, minced little pieces.
Right?
Pick my teeth with my arrow.
Ardwick,
And keep looking at Mania all night.
Ardwick, where's the artifact? Is it still down in the chamber?
Yes, I'll have it brought up in morning.
Okay, I was just curious.
Question is, will it stay up there? How did he describe what it looked like? I missed that.
When does it tend to move? Yeah.
I missed.
Made any connections with maybe certain time of day, certain phase of the moon?
Certain pictographs nearby?
Ooh, that is an interesting idea. The glyphs down there. I wonder if the glyphs have something to do with the moving. The glyphs don't move. They all stay the same.
I figured.
And the time of day, does that vary, or is it always at a certain time?
People don't stay by there. It is very uncomfortable. People don't stay there.
Okay, but when you figure out that it's moved, the time is normally around a time, or
I don't like to go down to it. It is for you to pick up, and I just leave it aside. I will be happy for it to be gone.
I think we will be too.
2 other questions. Is it being actively guarded? Just to see if it stays in place?
Nobody stays in room with it.
That's why I say you should put a cowbell on the damn thing.
And then, are there any glyphs or pictographs associated with, the altar, the container, the artifact itself, that are common with wherever else it's going and appearing that you're seeing it? Is there any
I have not spent a lot of time studying this room because I do not like it in this room. Bad things happen and have happened. There is a violence in that room, a fear that cannot be from a period of time only.
Okay.
What he's describing makes no sense.
I mean, we've kind of experienced stuff like that
You have.
before, though.
That is correct. We have, indeed. Does our diplomat want to...
Oh, kitty! It's cat party!
All right. Anybody else? Any other questions or?
No, I think that's good.
I think so. I would like to. Are you all right?
Or have there been any other unexpected visitors here besides us?
Neelich has lots of logistics. Many people can come and go. Sometimes investors come to stay. Priests have come to look at things.
Any groups on horseback that are coming and staying overnight as a waypoint on their journeys or anything like that? Military groups, mercenary groups?
I mean, we hire too many mercenaries to manage caravans and protect trade.
Any that you weren't expecting that weren't here for you but just came as a waypoint and then left?
Sometimes my quartermaster, he makes deals and I look the other way, so that he is a very good quartermaster.
Gotcha.
Maybe we should make a note to go talk to the quartermaster.
For the dollar master.
Well,
Well,
you
he's on-
just saw him. His name is Neelich, the one that just leave.
Oh, big guy. Okay.
Yeah, he's definitely guilty of something. Okay.
Sus.
Sus. Okay. I think I'm exhausted. I'm probably going to turn in early.
Right about then, the dancers come out.
Ooh. I might stay a minute.
It's just about to say, I think we were promised dances.
So I'm going to actually pull, or just kind of lean into Abertac real quick so that nobody else can really hear as there's commotion going on. Hey, friend. So do we think it might be a smart idea to kind of scout down there and see what's going on?
I was kind of hoping he would invite us.
Ooh.
Either
Um,
to help get the thing in the morning, or to or because we have experience with those kinds of ruins. But
okay. All right. He seems very reluctant.
Maybe you could drop the hint to him.
He seems very reluctant to have us, anywhere near his ruins. So.
Well, that was kind of before we told him about the ones we told him about.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, he definitely has seen that symbol before. Did you catch that look in his eyes?
Oh, yeah.
I have the same look when I draw so many titties. But then she's like, yeah, she does.
Yeah, and I'm definitely seeing his little tin can crony lady eyeing us up too. So.
Oh.
Okay. I'm gonna continue to eye her back. Do you want to? Did you want to ask about going down and seeing seeing if there were any other recognizable pictographs, since you were actually at the previous site, and you want to see if there are any common themes?
There are people among us better at talking people into things.
All right. Well, lean into our emissary's ear and see if our emissary can work us
He's
up.
not. He was a giant. I probably could have fit in his ear then.
If he was a giant, I would have just auctioned him off to the guy, and then we'd have been done with it already.
Right?
True story, folks. He did auction off the emissary as a giant in a prior session. Caused a little bit of conflict, and then he got stabbed.
Now, I'm thinking maybe we could have you see if you can secure us an invite down there. Maybe once he knows we're not going to plunder anything. I mean, unless we have to. Yeah, or want to. Yeah, why not?
Once the how long are the dancers Sorry, the
There's going
dancers
to be
are there,
music
and
and
then
dancers for. There's going to be music and dancers for a little bit.
okay. Well, at some point during the show, I'm gonna mingle my way over to what was the guy's name again? It was
Artwick.
Artwick.
Dr. Ivanovich.
Wait, Doctor.
Dr. Artwick.
Yes, Doctor.
Doctor.
Boy, I'm curious about this chest that you were mentioning earlier. You said it had interesting metallurgic properties.
Same properties as same materials as the obelisk shapes up here too, but is smaller, easier to look at.
And you don't want to remove the chest from the area, do you?
I am reluctant to do so.
I'm not going to force you to remove the chest, but I would like to have a look at it. Would you mind tomorrow, while before we take the artifact off of your hands, if we come down and have a look at the area?
I think that would not be advised. It's dangerous. People get hurt. I do not want Mr. Dan's company to see damage.
We will leave. We can leave Tiber, topside. But I am curious, just in case there's anything. Just in case the artifact itself returns to the spot, I want to see if there's anything that we might be able to glean ourselves. A fresh set of eyes.
Roll me an insight.
Okay.
He only has sin sight.
You wish you had sin sight.
Well, that'll do. 2 successes.
2 successes. With the 2 successes, what you can tell is he seems to be having an inner debate with himself. You don't exactly know why, but he goes,
We are experienced, not necessarily archaeologists, but
Psychologists.
I was going to say sight divers.
maybe I try to bring chest up so you can see. It will be heavy, but I can do.
I'm also interested in the fact that it's floating.
Oh, the chest is not floating.
Or the artifact's floating. Okay, never mind.
Yes.
Sorry. But no, I think it would be better if we observed it in its natural environment, or at least currently native environment. What are you doing?
The greeting. Is that a problem?
He goes, I do not think that it is best to do so. It could be dangerous. Would not like that.
Tell him danger's your middle name.
Danger's gonna be yours.
Blackjack's not really my bag, baby.
Hi.
We seriously do not fear any real danger. I mean,
Well, I can
You
fear
haven't
it enough
lost anyone,
for
have
you.
cat? No, stop.
What cat?
There was a cat behind you. It was about to.
Camp
Don't worry.
cats. Yes, they are quite cute.
But sorry, I in real life am not as persuasive as my character is.
You can roll me a full-on persuasion check.
I would like to do that.
Use some extra razzle dazzle charm, or maybe you don't have to. Never mind.
What did you get? 1 success, 2 success.
2, maybe 3. Let me look at my skills.
Dang. And persuade, you have a
Two.
17 and 3?
Yes.
17? My God, man. But
I'm
that
very persuasive.
golly, you are. Do you have any other abilities that modify that?
Probably. Let's have a look here. Let's see. Force of presence, strong arm tactics, and haggler.
So no.
I'm not trying to injure or intimidate him, so
Okay.
no.
At 2 successes, he is very definitively entertaining the idea, and then looks back at Fania, who shakes her head and says, "No, I do not think that it would be safe. No, not a good idea. I'll have the chest brought up, though. I am very interested in your opinions on looking at this."
I noticed that you keep getting your orders from your order. I am. I'm being like. I'm calling him out on this. Is this your dig or is it hers?
She is my common sense. I get excited. She keeps me grounded.
Hmm. Very well.
My, this loaf is delicious.
This loaf. Oi! No, you do not eat that like that. I will beat you. My husband
Abertac
came
is
out
eating loaf
with
raw.
this just a spoon digging right into my fucking pie.
All pie
No.
is good pie.
Yeah,
Spoon
but you
and
get
oat spoon.
slices, not fucking eat it out like a monster.
Heathen.
So,
You know, it used to be. At least
Abertac, you know how there's that artifact in your backpack that tends to heat up and start to vibrate and shake and then do things when around sunset?
Well, it didn't last sunset. Did it the one before last?
Correct.
Been one day, right?
It has been 24 hours since the last time.
And then I lost track of the dates. I thought we had. Well, I guess it's gonna about to blow. So.
Your backpack begins. Like, are you wearing it, or is it like on the floor beside you?
Oh, I can't wear it while I'm sitting, but it would be by my leg.
Okay. Your backpack starts vibrating.
I'll excuse
and
myself.
You feel heat coming out of it.
I'll excuse myself to the latrine.
What the hell kind of
friend,
Adam shit is this?
There seems to be something wrong in your back there.
I shouldn't have had as much dairy as I did.
How does that make your backpack move?
Unknown to medical science. Pardon me a moment.
As it starts to hum.
I must be one of those camp cats. I'll continue excusing myself to the latrine.
So where do you go?
The latrine.
Okay. You find an outhouse and a dig site?
Yep.
Okay. And you're just gonna close the door and hide yourself in there?
Yep.
Okay. So the rest of you that are in there, you hear his backpack start to rumble. And then he looks really nervous, excuses himself, and dips out.
I'll wait a couple minutes. And
Fania
then...
follows him.
Oh, shit. I'll wait a couple minutes, but then I'll say, sometimes he has a little issue. Maybe I should go check on him.
Find me restaurant.
I might have to go retrieve some medications or some herbs for him.
Some Lactaid.
Yeah, he has the tummy of like a newborn sometimes. Maybe something didn't sit well.
Nobody believed that it was his belly making the backpack shake the table.
You never know.
Abertech, are you opening up your backpack and looking inside of it, or just hoping it goes away?
Oh, I know it's not going to go away, but I still don't see a reason to open the backpack.
Okay.
Oh, not now, not this time of the day.
After a few more minutes, it kerthumps in a concussive blast, leaving your ears ringing.
Oh,
everybody inside the building, there is a concussive, area-wide kerthump.
Well, Abertech found the bathroom.
And Artwick looks very confused at what's happening and runs outside.
Well, shit. I was already outside walking towards the outhouse.
Several other people have now come out of their tents and are staring centrally.
Well,
Whoa, did you guys hear that? It was
Pardon me. Sorry.
I'm also coming out right on the heels of Artwick. Yeah.
There is a red and golden hue cascading up the obelisk.
Abertech, you couldn't hold it.
That's not good.
well, that could be anything.
I think it came from there. Look, it's him.
That was like that when we found it.
Yeah.
Artwick starts hollering at people, giving orders, grab the scholars, grab my notebooks. Let's go. Like he has completely forgotten about you and runs off towards the obelisk.
Okay. Good. At least one of them is not going towards where we need to go. Wait a second. What does his armed escort do then?
She's
kind of
not
torn
with you.
But she went out looking for Abertech, and I went out after her.
You see her leave off towards Artwick, but she was definitely outside of the latrine.
Right. So she probably witnessed something. Which makes her a liability.
I'm on it.
Yeah.
There's getting to be a lot of commotion in the camp. There are now people that are up and running around. Like that concussive blast got the whole camp moving.
All right, guys. I don't think they noticed anything. I think we pulled this off.
Abertech, are you okay?
Oh, it must be something I ate.
Yeah, sure.
None of them are moving towards the latrine. They're all moving towards the obelisk. Even the ones that weren't near the latrine.
So what's the red and yellow mist and hue and everything that's going up towards the obelisk? What is it doing? Everybody else is running around, but what is it doing?
It was like a sparkling kind of cascading, a sparking kind of cascading hue. Not really a light, just more of a hue around it that triggered up the 5 different pillars on it before boiling back down into the obelisk in the middle, crambling up the obelisk and then dissipating into the ether at the top.
Okay, then.
Well,
Abertech.
Not good.
Second question.
These phenomena could be completely unrelated.
Second question.
Sure.
What is the item in your backpack doing now that it's gone kerthump?
He's in the latrine. You're not talking to him unless you're yelling at him through the wall.
Oh, I thought he came out.
Well, I came out. I thought I came out.
Oh, you didn't come out? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I assume you mean my belly?
Yeah, your belly. Is your belly still glowing and vibrating?
No. Why don't you take a peek inside and see? I mean the backpack, not my belly.
Okay, got his backpack. Is it hot? Vibrating?
The backpack itself feels like it has been set beside a fire way too close. Like, it isn't fire hot, but it's like you set your backpack too close to the fire. It is a very, very toasty warm backpack.
Is it still vibrating?
Nope.
Is it still humming?
Nope.
Okay.
Probably exactly what happened the other night.
So let's make sure nobody else is looking around. I'm going to open up the backpack and look in to see, is it glowing? Is it anything? Is it just smoking a little bit?
Nope.
Okay, so it seems to be calming down then.
I mean, the stuff that was in there looks to be slightly singed.
Yeah.
The food that he had in there has been extra well done cooked.
All right, Abertac. Looks like the event itself is done for the evening, but it definitely
a little bit of gas X.
It definitely triggered chaos in the camp, though. Should we use this opportunity since they don't want us to see down into that chamber? Do we want to go see down in the chamber?
I would suggest taking the artifact with you.
I don't know that I would do that.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what the doctor and everybody's doing first. Would be my vote. Because, like, for all we know, they're walking up to this thing being disintegrated. Also, we should probably see how long it keeps doing this.
Yeah. And it's done it once a day thus far, right?
Right about sunset.
No. The obelisk
has dissipated at this point.
Oh, it has. Oh.
Yeah. You saw it charge up through the 5 pillars and then down to the base of the obelisk and then wrap up the obelisk, the hue wrapping up the obelisk and then dissipating into the ether.
Yeah.
If that wasn't a call to the nether regions, I don't know what was.
Luckily, nobody picked up the phone.
Yet.
Or did they?
No, I think we just dialed out.
We're sorry. The Satan you have reached is no longer available.
We've been trying to reach you about your artifact's extended warranty.
Okay, so are we just going to pretend to play dumb, or are we going to go see what the floating obelisk thingy in the dungeon might have done?
Let's see what these people are doing first, and then make that call.
They're running towards the obelisk and studying it.
What are they doing?
Like, how are they studying? Are they like pulling out little like?
They got a PKE meter or like
various tools and implements of destruction, I guess.
And how effective are they? Like, what is it? What are they doing?
We should tell the doctor that they should examine the artifact quickly.
Yes. I second this. We should probably go look at the artifact, see what it's doing.
Well, you've got to find the doctor first.
Who's going to stay behind with his backpack? Somebody's got to keep an eye on that thing.
Oh, it's back on my back by now. Like I'll be wary for now.
Tell you not to go in there.
I think that's probably a good idea.
So why don't you?
So we're gonna split the party and leave one person with a dangerously evil artifact all by his lonesome.
What are we gonna do here, guys?
Or you could come with me.
Where are you going?
You know where I'm going. I've already asked permission twice.
Let's all go then. This is not going to be good,
Yes.
though. I feel like we're
No.
walking into a trap that's already been told to us that it was a trap.
Yep.
But is it a trap for us?
It's not a trap if you know it's a trap.
Still a trap.
If it walks like a cat. talks
So,
like a-
Bob,
Shut your trap.
your backpack's light. There's no Teddy.
Thornicius, how's
Yeah.
my butt? I mean my back. Where's my teddy?
Where's your Teddy? I don't know. Where is
There's
your
no Teddy.
There's no Teddy?
I've got
Well, this is-
armor.
Eddie's gone.
This
I've
is
got
not
armor.
good.
I've got
The Teddy is gone.
my obsidian axe. I do not have a teddy.
You get a quick flash of an image. And then, as you sometimes do through the eyes of the Teddy, you get a
Yep.
quick flash of an image of a very pale albino young man, strange markings on scars on his face, white hooded robe, before he reaches out and appears to pluck out the sight.
The vision that I was having?
Mm-hmm.
Your Teddy has been made eyeless.
Oh my.
Oh my. Not disconcerting, not even
Yeah.
a little bit.
Where was he? Did I see? Was he inside, outside?
Couldn't tell. It was dark. It was red.
Cool. All right, everybody.
Nat, can you make certain that the broadcast updates this? I want the chat to be able to see it, and the broadcast is just not picking up for some reason, even after a few minute delay here. There we go. That's the ticket. That is the vision that he sees: a very pale man in a white robe with strange ritualistic scarring, red eyes. Very scary. Very scary. But with that, we're going to go ahead and call it on that. Brave vision. This is the last thing that you see before we fade to black for the night and to be continued. But ladies and gentlemen, please stick around with us, because here at the Architects of Fate, we have shows for you all the time. Coming up tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern, we have Call of the Netherdeep, episode 24, Got Blood. By the way, Call of the Netherdeep is another campaign that I'm in. I get to be a player in, and I get to be particularly rowdy and indecisive, and it's quite enjoyable. Now that the wreaths have been laid, the bodies burned, and the go fuck yourselves traded, the banditos parted ways with the Emerald Pack, only to find their old ally Prolix running from a pair of Gloomstalkers that seemingly followed him from Bazixan. After dispatching the Gloomstalkers, Prolix informed the banditos that the Allegiance of Allsight has requested an audience with Boltar's banditos. Will they be drawn by their offer, or will they ally with the Library of the Cobalt Soul? 20th, 8:30 p.m., Rifts, Megaversal Mayhem, Shadows, If Intrigue. The team has successfully subdued the alternate Billy Wildstar and are now looting the Black Vault. What goodies will they find? Find out on Thursday. Friday, the 21st at 7 p.m. Eastern, tune in for the next Star Trek Cookie Trek episode in Orange is the New Noob. A member of the USS Fan Service crew finds themselves caught in a daring prison escape. Amidst the chaos, a shape-shifting alien replaces the protagonist, leading to a suspenseful and thrilling zero-G showdown. Join Simon and Rufus for this action-packed adventure and help shape the story yourselves. It tells me to do that, like there's a verbal cue that it's telling me to do this for you guys. 23rd at 9 p.m., the Tomb of Annihilation, a cog in the machine. The tomb's custodian is dead once and for all, and the entire fourth floor has turned into a mimic. The cure was chewed up and spat out again. Kenneth and Yair had very different experiences jumping off a 10-foot ledge, and Scrod had a nice nap. Join us next time as the party explores a whole new level. 24th on Monday, 8:30 p.m., Star Trek Bajor Rising, Free Will tied hands. After making a few discoveries and getting the SS Talisman back online, the team resumes their mission to the Bajoran camp. Some members of the mission team may find that there are limits to even the capabilities of Starfleet. Other team members may find that before one problem can be solved, another problem has to be uncovered. I think there might be another announcement coming up soon, but ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure having you. Make sure to come back and see us again. Conan's going to be back 2 weeks. Next Tuesday, the 25th at 8 p.m., we are going off the rails. And then come see us the Tuesday after that for the next episode of Conan. We love having you. We love you. We're going to get a raid coming up soon, so make certain. Let's see, we're raiding the Blue Cottage D&D. Make certain you get over there. Be cool. Give them a bunch of emotes. Talk to them. Make the architects look good. Most importantly, the Will Wheaton's first law: don't be a dick. And with that, we love you. Good night.
Good night.
And we're clear.